Excuse me if I sound a little snarky, but did I miss the memo about buying gold bars? You know, the one that said that all creators must tell viewers the best way to buy gold and even silver is by purchasing sovereign coins? You know, one of the most expensive way to buy metals? I mean, I'm starting to feel like I'm some old relic for buying gold bars, kind of like how the crypto people used to say that about us metals people. You see, I started stacking in the early 2000s, and there weren't however many mints there currently are pushing out coins every year. And I was taught early on that gold was gold and silver was silver. But now I hear gold isn't gold and silver isn't silver, and that buying gold bars is risky for a variety of reasons. I mean, am I crazy? Let's ask Daniela Camboni from Stansberry's research.
Okay, good insights there. I want to talk now size versus.
Whoa, 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 this is a family channel, Miss Camboni. But yes, it is true that premiums are more expensive on the smaller bars, and your pricing improves significantly once you reach the 1 ounce level, and a little better with, say, 5 ounce and then 10 ounce bars, etc.
So the bigger we go,
the better it gets.
The better it gets, right? Basically, okay.
Holy cow, now you got Mark Yaxley from Strategic Wealth Preservation into this? Come on now. We're going to do this video a little differently today because while we often say don't kill the messenger, sometimes the person delivering the message matters because of their education, training, and experience. So in addition to my thoughts, I've collected a number of video clips from a variety of undisputed experts so you can hear what they have to say as well. In my mind, this isn't really a debate, but I will take the time to hopefully put the topic to bed, at least for those of you that follow Stackers University. Often, the debate about bars versus coins, regardless if we're talking about gold or silver, comes down to a few main arguments. One of which I hinted at in my last video, Lessons I Learned from my LCS. So here's the list, but let's go through it starting with point number 1, premiums, which might be the easiest part of this conversation. We all know bars carry a far smaller premium than coins. The generally accepted reasoning is that it takes so much more effort to make a coin versus making a bar. But let me see if I get this right here. Both require making a mold, pouring melted gold into said mold, and then some final touches to make the coin in particular shiny. So I'm not seeing a labor or material cost that warrants a coin carrying a premium that is double that of a bar. In fact, at least with the bar, they have to put the individual serial numbers on it, put it into an assay package. But let's see what Mark Yaxley has to say.
The general rule here is that bars are going to have a lower premium over the spot price. So if you're trying to reduce that premium, generally you're going to look at bars over coins. There's a little bit more cost to manufacture a coin. There's a little bit more design work that goes into those coins. And the mints, I think, just know that they can charge a little bit more for those coins. So they tend to sell at a little bit higher premium. So once you've established that bars are the more cost-effective way to purchase precious metals, then you get into the size.
Okay, sure, I oversimplified the coin making process, but did you hear what he said? Mints know they can charge more for coins. Remember this video where I talked about our primal brains being attracted to shiny items? Yep, the mints know it, and there's your confirmation that they use it against us and charge us more money as a result. So why do we buy them?
Coins are a lot prettier to look at than bars, and so that's why a lot of people buy them.
Well, folks, this isn't a beauty contest, it's a weight contest. So please just get your weight up. Remember this video where I talked to you about stacking like a sumo? Maybe we were onto something there. But let's talk about the age-old battle cry of liquidity and ease of selling coins because bars are supposed to be so much harder to sell. I'm not even going to speak on this one. I'm going to let my homeboy Mark let you know. Hit him up, Mark.
Okay, so that's interesting. So if it's really purely for investment purposes, you're better off buying bars, I'm hearing from you, than coins, because I know there's a misconception that if you have to sell back, it's easier to sell back coins, but you've taught me that's not true.
That's right. That's one of those myths that we come across in the industry. And there will be a small caveat to this at the end, but a lot of people out there, and I've heard this hundreds of times from clients over the years saying, hey, I've been told that it's better to buy coins because I won't have any trouble selling those coins down the road. I have better liquidity with those coins. I can tell you as a precious metal dealer, that is not true. So we definitely want to get our hands on bars as much as we want to get our hands on coins. So the liquidity is equal.
Of course, after the liquidity claim, they throw their next best punch, which is government backing and the security of it all. So when I was at the LCS last weekend, and those women brought in fakes that they had bought, I was so surprised that black SUVs, men in black suits, and a SWAT team didn't rappel down the side of the building to help these women. But I thought because they were US coins, they were protected. I mean, I know 3 guys who have kids, and they thought they were protected too. The federal government helped those young ladies as much as Trojan helped my friends. Did I just go too far? Well, let's just move on to point number 4. Good deals. Again, I'm not going to say much because you've heard this from me at least 50 times on this channel. So Mark, take the mic.
My advice to clients, generally speaking, is look for products that have low premium, as low as we can get to that spot price, but still have the brand recognition. We talked earlier about brand recognition and about liquidity. As long as you have brand recognition and liquidity and you're driving that premium as close to the spot price as possible, then you've got a good deal.
So you mean like what we talked about in our last video, the idea of spread, which was the same thing the LCS said? Gotcha. Well, is there a secret then, Mark?
The secret really here though, Daniela, is to make sure that the total spread that for what you paid over spot and then what you're going to get when you sell it, you want to make sure that total spread is as tight as possible. So that's really where the secret is. You want to look at the total cost of your transaction buying and selling down the road for bars versus coin.
Well, I don't appreciate you calling me Daniela, Mark, but I get your point. Actually, I have Brian Kuzmar from Commercial Rail Coins and Precious Metals in Fort Lauderdale. He's going to really bring that point home in a moment. But before we get to that, I have some alarming information to share with you all. It seems that I have ticked someone off, as many of you have reported to me that you are no longer receiving notifications, and even a couple of my friends have shared that they were unsubscribed from the channel. I mean, I like bust and miss, and I might have ruffled a few feathers, but I didn't think I'd done enough to warrant this type of treatment. Therefore, I need you all to do me a huge favor and use your personal superpowers for good. Please click the like button so we can let YouTube know that we are providing excellent education and entertainment over here so people can learn and make more money. Then make sure you're subscribed with all the notifications turned on. Finally, I am very pleased to share with you that the old man got some help with technology, and now we have a Stackers University Discord where you can interact with each other, ask questions of me, get book recommendations, and so much more. Right now, we're doing a soft opening and we're working out a few bugs, but you're welcome to join us. But our official launch will be next Saturday, December the 10th, which will be a live Q&A with me and the rest of the students for Stackers University. All the cool kids will be there, so mark your calendars and make sure you join us. I'll provide more information as we get closer, and the links to the Discord will be in the bio. With that out of the way, have you ever wondered how the smart money buys their gold and silver? Well, point number 5 looks at what smart money and smart people do, and I'm not sure if it gets any better than the man who wrote the book on gold and silver, Mike Maloney. Mr. Maloney, what say you?
Okay, yes, I buy both coins and bars. When I moved to Puerto Rico, and so basically I had to sell everything, but when I bought back in, and then on my gold, instead of buying gold eagles, and on gold, I just went with the least expensive gold that I could acquire, and that was all bars.
Coins are a lot prettier to look at than bars, and so that's why a lot of people buy them.
But with bars, you are getting more ounces for your currency. And so lately, what I've been buying when I buy is the 100-ounce silver bars and 1-ounce gold bars.
Well, that's interesting. He's not buying buffaloes or gold eagles. Very interesting. What about you, Rich Checkin?
What do you love the most?
Honestly, whatever's the cheapest at the time. I don't really have a preference personally between sovereign coins or bullion bars. If I can get something cheaper, I'll buy it that way. A lot of folks feel like you get liquidity or more liquidity if you buy a sovereign coin. And let's face it, they are very popular, especially when you look at eagles and maples, the 2 most popular coins in the world. But I've never had a problem in 26 years selling a gold bar either.
Really? You don't have a preference, and you've never had a problem selling a gold bar? Interesting. Well, let's hear from a second-generation coin dealer who has a very fun YouTube channel. You should check it out. Brian Kuzmar.
When it comes to gold, the winner of best deal for gold has been, ready? 1-ounce gold bars. Spot plus 75 bucks. What's the worst deals out there? I was going to tell you that gold eagles are absolutely still crazy. Spot plus 165 or less. But when you can buy gold bars at spot plus 75 bucks, which is really less than half of that, I still think bars are a better deal. Think about that. If you're buying 10 ounces of gold eagles, you're going to pay about 75 bucks more per ounce to buy gold eagles. 750 more if you were buying 10 gold eagles versus 10 gold bars. Why wouldn't you buy buy 10 gold bars instead of 10 gold eagles and buy yourself $750 worth of silver for that money you would save. See what I'm saying? It makes sense, man. It really does.
If that wasn't a mic drop, I'm not sure what is then. Now for the ultimate argument. Number 6, fakes. But gold bars are so much easier to fake is what I hear. That is 100% true. Gold coins are also faked as well, but being in an assay does make it harder to determine if the bar is fake. As long as you're buying from a reputable dealer, you shouldn't have a single issue. And if you're a subscriber to Stackers, you already know that I'm not a big fan of buying and selling peer-to-peer. But if you do, my number one recommendation is that you do it at a LCS. Not only for safety, but you can also have them check your metals at that point. In fact, that is exactly how I met my gold dealer, and finding him has made me thousands of dollars. And if you must buy peer-to-peer, I strongly suggest you buy some of the equipment dealers use. Yes, it's $1,500 to $2,000. That's about what it would be if you got hustled for a gold coin or a bar. It's going to cost you if you get hustled, so you might as well make a choice. Next, I would be totally remiss if I didn't acknowledge 2 main caveats. 1, you need to check with your LCS, because if you live somewhere where there's only one in town, well, they pretty much set the rules and they have the latitude to say, I don't like X and I don't like Y. So talk to them and find out before you start buying or even have to sell. Second, do the math, because it's all about the spread, as Mark said. My general rule is if a bar and a coin are within $20 to $30 of each other, I'll buy the coin. Because let's be honest, coins are 100% cooler than bars. But I will also tell you that making money is the coolest. In the comment section, have I convinced you that there's nothing wrong with buying gold bars? Not that you need to start buying them, but that there's nothing wrong with it. As you can see, I do have a few bars and I actually have 3 more on the way. But definitely I have more coins, and that's because most of the time my gold LCS just blows the pricing out of the water and it's almost the same price. As you know, I'm agnostic about the coin or the bar, but I do believe in low premiums and keeping my spread tight. I'm sure there's a teenage boy joke in there somewhere, but I feel like I've already pushed the limits, so let's move on. The second question I have for you is, do you have a price difference cutoff between buying bars and coins? Also, which of the main points was most convincing? Are you more convinced now because you heard directly from experts? Finally, I have 2 questions and kind of a challenge for you. Are you going to put an A in the comments section to show that you're an excellent student and help me with the algorithm? And 2, will you always stack smarter and never stop learning?